are here to talk about today. Saturday before last, I issued a public statement that denounced my public support of Donald Trump, calling on him to do what's best for our country and step aside so that we could allow Governor Mike Pence to lead the ticket to defeat Hillary Clinton in November. Since then, I've received a ton of feedback, some positive, some negative, some from Alabamians and some from very faraway places. Some have expressed some real anger at my decision, and I wanted to take the opportunity here today to explain 3 key reasons why I decided to issue that public statement. The first reason is practical. I want to win. I want to beat Hillary Clinton. I believe that 2016 presents a historic opportunity for us to win the White House. I'm adamantly opposed to Hillary Clinton, and I would never vote for her. One only need to go back and look at the video from the time that I spent with Mrs. Clinton during the Benghazi Select Committee. I got to see firsthand how irresponsible and how evasive Hillary Clinton truly is. I also, after the fact, was on the receiving end of I was inundated with attacks and insults from the Clinton machine and their allies in the media. So I've been through it, and I've withstood it. Hillary Clinton must never be allowed to be president of the United States. The problem is that I felt at the time that that video was released that Donald Trump leading the ticket would lead to Hillary Clinton presidency. So I thought the best thing to do, practically, was to ask Mr. Trump to step aside for the good of the party and the chances for us to win the White House. You may disagree with my assessment of the situation. I've spoken with many of you before the meeting today, and you do. But my practical intention was to help us win. The second reason is professional. I felt that it was important for me to be open and honest with the people I represent in the 2nd District about my views and about my vote. Some have told me, and even here today, that I should have just kept my mouth shut and kept my views and my opinions to myself. It's political suicide, Martha, not to support Trump in such a pro-Trump state and district, they have said. Well, I don't see it that way. I believe people appreciate authenticity. And even though my vote at the ballot box is something I value a great deal personally, I believe that it was important for me to be upfront and honest with those that I represent about this decision. The third reason is personal. Donald Trump simply lost my vote by demonstrating a pattern of disgusting and abusive behavior, particularly towards women. I reject that this is just locker room talk, as some have suggested and still continue to suggest. It was, at the time, a 60-year-old man bragging about getting away with grabbing women's private parts because he's rich and famous. Of course, there were many offensive comments leading up to this point in time, but that weighed on me, and those comments weighed on me, but this was truly the straw that broke the camel's back. I have an 11-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old son, and there are many of you in this room that have gotten to know my children, Margaret and George, over the years. I don't want to go into some of the conversations that we've had to have at the Roby household in recent days that have been forced upon us as a family. But I can tell you one conversation I will not be having. I will not sit back and justify and rationalize to my daughter and to my son that I cast a vote for someone who demonstrates this kind of behavior.